Let's get it.
28 grams of moss, 28 grams of moss. Little people the keys, little people the keys. Y'all ain't even ready for this. Y'all ain't even ready for this. Yeah. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Don't know why you can't wanna wait to be. But it's sweet just to give you cats a chance to eat. What you got for early didn't finish the plate. Now that I'm back, you rap cats are gonna have to wait. Been gone a whole year, still nobody got the leadership or the heart to even feel my spot. I'm the champion, must I say it again? The best in this rap game and I continue to win. Still I'm allergic to that, losing makes me sneeze. Like you phony rap cat, I'm about to make it squeeze. Bring your whole crew, nigga, I'ma swallow that. So when it pops off, A&T is on a holler back. It's 28 grams, nigga. I've been running this shit. So anything in front of me can fuck around and get hit. I follow you rap cats, so you niggas my sons and I'm the truth. Wow, cause I'm the motherfucking champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Still rep the A&T, but I carry my throne. God bless every child that can hold it home. And I am that child, as you niggas can see. Cause ain't another rapper out here better than me. And this goes to anybody trying to steal my spot. I'm number one in this shit, so number one you die. So when you can't scream, y'all is the best, I laugh. Like really, you cats don't really know the half. You do the math, and that's yourself who really great. Then add it up and watch it equal up to 28. So that's the little cats know who really the done. I'm overall, I let you niggas fight for number one. See, I put that on my life, put that on my son. Gotta stay the best of people licking trade lunch. If I throw it on the key, you can put that on my heart and I'm the God. Cause I'm the motherfucking champion.
Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car. Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy, serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
Pastor June Murder Mysteries by Reverend Lee M. Sapp, Christian fiction for grown folks. The novel series revolves around the day-to-day life of June Harris, pastor of St. Mark Church and former homicide detective. The series exposes the realistic joys and challenges of her life as a pastor and her relationships with family, friends, and community, and how they all intertwine with her gift for solving murder mysteries. Ministry is what she loves. Solving murder is what she does.
Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at
Get in here, get in here, get in here, get in here. What are you waiting for? Call one, call two, call them all. Call your mama, daddy, niece, nephew, brother, sister, boyfriend, husband, flavor for the week. Get in here. Boy, do we have an awesome show for you guys tonight. A great show. If you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe. Subscribe. It's free. Subscribe. And when you subscribe, also click that like button, which is the thumbs up. Click that like button. And definitely comment below. And most importantly, share. Sharing is caring. So share this video with your friends and family so they too can come over here and find out what's going on and all the craziness on the Anthony Brown Show. And if you comment below, we will show your comments on the screen, read them, and respond accordingly. Let's get right back down to business. Let's get it. I'm joined tonight by none other than my brother. You know, it's like when the fellas be on here by themselves, things get accomplished. And as the old saying goes, one monkey don't stop no show. So we're joined tonight by none other than my brother, Mr. Shorty Doo-Wop, fashionista. Ladies love him. Girls adore him. None other than my right-hand man, Mr. Legacy the Great.
Hold on. Well, ATL in the hole.
Poor thing.
I don't know what this camera just won't. For some reason, I can't get it. Here we go.
There he
We
is.
in this bitch.
There he is. That's what them heifers want to see.
What?
That's what them heifers want to see.
What good with you, bro?
What's going on?
Man, I'm exhausted. When I tell you these first 3 days back on the jizzab.
Like my mama say, we ain't no spring chickens no more.
That has nothing to do with being a spring chicken or a French chicken or autumn chicken or summer chicken. What it has to do with was these folks moved me into a new department and ran over me. Today, definitely. I'm talking about hard.
Well, they could have moved you into a new department when you was in your 20s, and it wouldn't have affected you.
Yes,
So-
it would, but it would, because if I don't know the material or the stuff that the dude who's supposed to be my trainer, he left and went on vacation. So in that department was nobody but just me today.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was just like on me. And it was a lot of stuff that I didn't know what to do because I was only 2 days of training. And the stuff that he did teach me, I was able to do that. But the rest, it was hell. And I'm a type of person that I like to know my job. You understand what I'm saying? I don't like really having to keep going to people, asking them for help, because they doing other shit too.
Right.
But it's just crazy. That's what I dealt with today. Yesterday, Wednesday and Thursday was pretty, now Wednesday and Thursday, I will say, was all about not being a sprint, because the stuff that I was doing, boy, I'm talking about them thighs were hurting. I had to use what's the Biofreeze on my thigh.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt the birthday change. Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I did. So what's been going on with you?
Not a whole lot. Just still trying to make $1.15, trying to build and rebuild. I just ordered the passport photo kit. It should be in here on the 7th, I believe. So I'll be able to do passport photos. So that's, like I said, I got to study bill. Oh, I might need your mechanical. I ordered a table.
Mm-hmm.
The electric table that goes up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's coming. It should be here on the 9th. So, but it has to be put together. I'm not mechanically inclined.
You know, if I'm around, I got you to help you do the best I can.
Okay. So
If
then,
and I mean, if it don't, we got the mechanic Jeanette.
first Darren said he could do it. Then I sent him the link. And he's like, oh no, I don't know if I could do this one. This one got electronics involved. So he chickened out.
Hey,
I want to share something with everybody. Every month is observing something. Last month was May, which was National Masturbation Month. So that was May. Well, now
that was
it's June.
me.
Yes, May. Everybody was around here doing a ski, getting skied on. So now June is National Pride Month. So for all you in the LGBT community, or friends and family, or family members that's supporters of their family members and their friends, you know, it's the National Pride Month for Pride. But another thing I wanted to show, I found this on the Instagram, and this is a warning to you women. Please don't do this to us. Don't do this to the men. This is called trickery.
Lord,
How do your real look like this on the left? You meet them in the club like that on the right with the blonde hair. But when they wake up to that on the left. You damn near about to get killed.
see, that's the thing I'm talking about right there. That's it. Because see, men who are straight heterosexual men don't walk around putting makeup on their face. You may have some that, you know, get a little razor, arch their eyebrows or something.
Right.
But that, you know, and keep their nails and stuff done, ain't nothing wrong with that. But if men were allowed to do more to enhance their looks, then get a haircut and put on some decent clothes, that still doesn't change the facial features of that person.
True.
So here it is, this man done you in the club, like you say, women seeing this man look like he the most handsomest man in this piece. And then all of a sudden, this man
takes you home and he pop out his eyeball.
Then he take out his whole grill piece.
Take his hair off.
Or take his hair off. Because they can do that nowadays. If a woman woke up to a man looking entirely different than what he was when she got home, the law would figure out a way for them to be able to claim rape. The law will figure out a way, because the thing about impersonating someone and all that type of stuff, they'll find a way to make it a misdemeanor. Oh, you can't, you know, this who she came home with, and then, you know, now you looking like this. This woman didn't give this person right here consent to sleep with her.
Right.
But you know, women, I mean, let's just be honest. Tony, man, you do it a lot. We go places and just be chilling, or we out to eat or something, we with Tayama somewhere, and we how many women we done seen flew away from just their eyelids alone?
Over 80%.
I'm talking about generally just take off and say they don't need their car right now. They're gonna fly onto the house because they got them eyelashes or big ass wings.
Yes, eyelashes bigger than their damn fingers.
And I, for me, I don't understand. It's okay to enhance your beauty, but that right there is plumb trickery. That's an alien and a woman.
But which one is a woman?
Probably the alien. Because that's who that person naturally is.
Right.
But that's crazy to me. That's a whole different person, bro.
Definitely.
That's a whole different person.
That's true. And the thing about it, the sad part is that women do it so frequently and they do it daily.
But for me, my thing is, I think most women are beautiful without makeup. Most. If you could attract a man without makeup on, and or you outside in some sweats, or you going to the grocery store, you got on a bonnet and something, and a man is still attracted to you without you enhancing your beauty, then me personally, I don't see why women go through that, because what they don't understand is the makeup, the foundation, all this other stuff also breaks your skin down. Over time, it makes it to where you can't even live without it.
And that wasn't a makeup artist, that was a makeup magician.
Yeah, that was a whole magician right there. Somebody found that lady out the street and told her they know how to do magic.
Wow.
But, Tony, you grew up. Did your mom wear a lot of makeup growing up?
Only she was eyeliner, a little mascara, and lipstick.
So no base, no foundation.
Only when she went out to like an elegant dinner, she did it up. But for the most part, if she was just going, let's say, to a movie, she just put on some lipstick, mascara, and call it a day.
But that's why I say, by doing it so much, people forget what their actual face look like. I've seen pictures of like movie stars and stuff who done been, Beyonce, Rihanna, all white people that, that are famous and stuff, and they look entirely different than what they really look like compared to what they look like in regular without makeup on.
True.
And this is how you know the world went to shit with the makeup thing. They realized that most women don't want to get up every morning and put makeup on. But they went so far to say, you know what? We're going to give them a filter on their phone that if they want to FaceTime, if they want to YouTube, whatever they want to do, it's a filter that can enhance a woman's beauty. That's how far it's gone. So you can tell how sick society really has gotten, because most women don't even want to leave the house without putting on makeup.
True, that's true. I mean, it's so bad to the point where she even changed skin tones, because she even 2 different skin tones.
Yes, she done went from Burmese black to high yellow.
Mm-hmm.
But the crazy thing is, I don't know how niggas would fall for that if you lived in the same neighborhood, the same community as this woman. You know that's Toe Felicia. You just saw Toe Felicia at 9 o'clock before she got dressed to go to the club. And now Felicia is in the club at 12 and you at her. So a lot of the time, Negroes be wanting the trickery.
It's so bad to the point where I remember one time when I was working at a local retail store that I've had cashiers that changed their face, the colors, the hair color, the hairstyle. Just sometimes I don't even know who the cashier is from day to day. You know, I'm like, you know, excuse me, ma'am, are you new? What's your name? I'm trying to check the schedule. She's like, Anthony, you just spoke to me yesterday. You don't know me?
No, Felicia, I don't.
Like, you spoke yesterday, girl, you got red hair. Well, yesterday I had green.
Let me ask a question. I don't know, because I mean, on this for women, what makes a woman feel like getting turquoise in her hair, chivalry blue, Smurf blue, all midnight bright yellow? What makes people think that, oh, girl, if I get this, I'm gonna become the chosen one?
So that's it. See, it's what makes them do it is, like you said, if they could go into a local retail store with just some sweatpants and a t-shirt on and a bonnet and still have a being trying to holler, that means you're naturally beautiful.
Right.
So all that is not required. Maybe, like I said, maybe just a little lip gloss or a little eyeliner, you know, whatever to enhance. But you're naturally beautiful if you're still able to pull a guy. But see,
right,
that extra, the clown makeup, is because she's trying to pull a particular type of guy.
Right.
You know.
But don't you realize you're going to have to take that off?
Yeah, but by then, she done sold him on something. You know, whether it's because, for example, the type of guy she might be looking for might be Junebug or Pookie, who don't want to work, who only they want to sit at home all day with a PlayStation, beat your back in, and have you feed him. You leave him home playing your kid's game while you go to work all day at Walmart or CVS, but come home and then feed him. See, if that's the type of nigga she's looking for, she has to put on all that clown makeup. And even though she got to take it off, he's okay with it because I ain't got to work. And I'm gonna eat lobster and shrimp. I'm sitting up at the AC all day, fucking other hoes in her house while she at work. That's what she wants. So he put up with the transformation.
So as long as she look like that when they step out, he good.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you which is worse. A person being able to transform their face, or a person able to tuck away 300 pounds and come in the club like all the weight is in the back of her ass and flat stomach. Which one you think is worse?
Both.
Which one is worse?
I'll say it's a transformation.
So I would definitely say I'm gonna have to go with the body. Because yes, a woman's face can be pretty and it can draw us as men to the woman. But what draws a man's attention to most women is body. So if you caught my eye with the shape of your body, how it moves, how you move with it, and for let's say 3 dates, you've been this bim, 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 bim. And then that time come for us to get naked. Now I done been talking to the fellas, talking about how fine you is. I'm talking about I'm listen, boy, I'm finna have fun with this. And then she decided to come to your house to let you have it. And when you get it, she reveals that she 2 more people.
The reason I say that the transformation is the worst is because the body, your face is who I'm getting. You know, and some men are not the body, some men is the face. Because I remember working at Walmart, and we had this Asian chick work there who was beautiful from the neck up, and dudes was drooling over her daily about how pretty and how fine she is. But their fine was referring to her neck up. Because mama had no body, she was flat, no ass, no breasts.
Mm-hmm.
When she knew how to dress, she carried herself like a lady. But from the face, from the neck up, she was transformed. But hers was, she wasn't ugly. So when she transformed, she just overly enhanced what was already there because she was beautiful without it. But she overly enhanced it and became even more beautiful. So when
with what though? She became more beautiful with what?
Her face. Because that's all she was selling. Because she had nobody.
It's almost like that saying that people say that a man will have sex with anything. That's what women like to say. And if the woman is fine, she don't have to have a pretty face. It can be okay, but she fine. Niggas will still deal with her.
And if she's pretty in the face, neck up, she ain't gotta have a good body.
Yeah. Yep, I guess you say you saw it.
Daily.
And then you gotta also realize if who is getting at her is African Americans, men, it's mostly a fetish. It's mostly a fetish of I want to see what it is to sleep with an Oriental woman.
Right. And I thought that too. Mm-hmm.
So it has nothing so much to do with she was just so beautiful and radiant that it drew them to them. Once black men know that you date outside your race, a fulfillment of being able to accomplish a goal of something that they've always wanted to do come.
True.
So of course she didn't have to be fine. They already know most Asian women don't have a body. Most Asian women don't have a body.
And she truly did.
And
she truly did not.
But she has a pleasant demeanor. She has a pretty face, and she definitely date outside of her race. So
and she swallow.
She what?
Swallow.
She was telling the men that she swallowed.
Yeah.
What she swallowed?
Sure.
Like 3,000-4,000 children
at once.
Wow. She was hungry.
You want me to go find out for you?
No.
Because your paws are like, damn.
I'm just. You barely ever. You know, that's something that we don't really hear or see that much of Asian women being so upfront and flamboyant about stuff like that.
Yeah, she was definitely a little freak.
I mean, even in the porn industry, you don't see too many of them. Not dealing with Americans. You may see, I'm pretty sure they got porn in Asia or somewhere like that, but you don't really see it too much with them type of women in it. But hey, You see what type? So you see what she did. She drew the attention to her by giving the fantasy of, if you're lucky enough, I'll drink your milk.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you know wouldn't be trying to see if she can drink milk?
Or their milk.
Yeah, definitely their milk. But you can definitely, I mean, even let's look at overly overweight white women. Who do you think be so attracted to overly overweight white women? If I know the original woman, there is no way I would think that's her if I see her later that day. Tony, have you ever seen somebody and you've been around them so much that you know they walk, they body shape, even how they talk?
Mm-hmm.
So that is your way. That's why I said she was around the way, girl, Kamal. Somebody that you know and see on the regular. She ain't gonna change her walk that much that you don't know that that's ununique. You just want that lady. That's all.
Okay. But anyway, we gotta move on. I just want to
hold on. Go ahead, Tony.
I was gonna say, yeah, we got to move on, but we're in 30 minutes on this topic. But yeah, men, be careful when you see them like looking like that Barbie right there with all glammed up. You might want to say, "Can I see a picture of you without all that?"
Listen, you better start doing it. Period. You want to see childhood pictures. You want to see the transformation from this person to how you got to be this person.
That's true. That's true. Also, recently, shout out goes out to DC Fly and his family. He had married Jackie O, which was one of the Wild 'N Out girls. And they had 3 kids between the 2 of them. And she recently passed away, allegedly through complications of cosmetic surgery, because she's had her boobs done, her breasts done, this and that, and so she was constantly laying on the table to enhance her overall. Or who, I don't know, because he had already married her, so that means he liked what he had. But as an effect of going back and forth, cosmetic surgery, getting this done, getting this enhanced, this cut up, this she's no longer with us. So Miss Jackie O, like I said, they share 3 children with the co-star DC Young Fly. So prayers goes out to him and his family.
Yes, definitely praise goes out to his family. His children, their children. Hold on.
He's not like them women that just need that Vaseline and some lipstick.
Oh yeah. This is my thing. Let's not overlook. Yes, there was a loss, but truth be told, there are women that die from these complications on the daily.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody talks about it. Because cosmetic surgery has become the new instant diet. It has become the new instant diet. And most of the time, these people tell you about the risk.
Mm-hmm.
My question on it is, as a man, every man loves to see a woman looking and feeling at her best, especially if that person is there. But not at the risk, from what I've seen out here, y'all casual daters just happy they ain't got no. Come on, what
Y'all just happy that ain't no man.
I guess okay, yeah, I feel you. So my thing is, with these risks that are told upon you, what do you think make women make these type of decisions, knowing that they got children, knowing that they got a significant other? Do you look at yourself and weigh the options of leaving your kids, your husband, your mom, dad, sisters, and brothers for 15 minutes of fame?
They just want to enhance their appearance for their liking.
So again, you would be putting everybody else to the side to risk dying fame.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guarantee you right now, with what she's been through. Now you call. Hold on, Tony. Tony.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm on my show now. Tony.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I said yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Hello? Naya, I'm on my show.
Nutrition is the key to a healthy, strong body. Therefore, we need to take control of our health. My passion comes from my adversities, and now I'm empowering people to gain control of their health by introducing healthy snacks for life, which is filled with non-toxic, high-quality substances derived from nature. It was designed to stop the human consumption of eating unnatural sugars, so they can maintain a healthy lifestyle while snacking. Healthy Snacks for Life is diabetic-friendly, filled with vitamins, minerals, beta-carotene, proteins, fats, and more. It's a balanced alkaline mix that's crunchy, delicious, and nutritious. It's also affordable, combined with nutritional factors that our bodies needs. So do it for yourselves, do it for your children and families, and do it for others. Try Healthy Snacks for Life. Today, you will not regret it.
Yes. Go out and get your healthy snacks from my friend.
Yep.
Veronica.
That was Janice calling. But what I'm saying is, Tony, how do you weigh the option of, like I was going to say, before if she had another chance right then and there today to go through with this procedure, we know what her decision would be. But my question is this: what's wrong with taking the time to put in the work to get what it is that you want?
because their mindset is it takes too long.
It ain't take long to die though. And no disrespect to you, Mr. Fly. I've liked you from the first time I've seen you on TikTok and YouTube and stuff. But we as men, we have to start talking to our significant other to reassure them that that person is still beautiful to us. Because I mean, of course, you're not gonna look the same at 37 as you did at 27. Most people don't. But if you don't want to get to a weight that you don't like looking at yourself and enjoying looking at yourself, then there are signs to let you know that you're gaining weight. First, your pant size go up. Your panty size get a little bigger. These things are telltale signs that you're gaining weight.
But see, it's cosmetic surgery with these girls here. They're not just getting liposuction and getting the fat taken out. You know, they're getting lips enhancement. They're getting Brazilian butt lifts. They're getting breast enhancements. They're getting tummy tucks. They're getting fat reassignment, moving fat from one part of the body to another part of the body. So they're not just losing weight; they're enhancing parts of their bodies.
Right.
Because if they're in her, let's say for example, she's in her 30s. Well, they have wild out girls that's 19 and 18, so she got to keep up with them. And people love to say that, oh, a woman is doing this because she's doing it because she wants to have self-love for herself. The vast majority of women, like you say, these wilding out chicks are 19, 25, 23, and that's your competition. But instead of going ahead and bow out gracefully, you done had your moment of fame. You done made some checks, and you end up marrying a dude from the same show that got money. So don't say that you doing these enhancements because you unhappy with yourself. Because you're still drawing men with the body that you got. Mm-hmm.
Men ain't stopped being attracted to you. Their problem is you're in competition with a 17-year-old. You in competition with the 19, the 25, the 28-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your competition. Your competition is the 33-year-old woman. But I don't know why you in a competition anymore when you're supposed to be happy because you're married. You won the prize. Ain't no more reason for you to go to the goddamn fair. You won the biggest teddy bear in the fair.
Okay. You got a ring, a diamond ring.
You done got on the goddamn all the rides, and you happen to get the biggest teddy bear at the fair. You married your husband.
Mm-hmm.
And most doctors, because they're trying to cut a $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, $20,000 check, no, certain people don't need to have these things done until they're cleared by doctors. The physician who's doing it has had a meeting with the doctor to discuss health issues. But because money weighs more than life now, nobody cares. Nobody cares. But we've had this discussion before, Tony. True. If men walked into these places and start saying, I want a 15-inch penis, and women start walking, or that man's woman is used to being with him at 6, but he come home and your woman done told you, baby, I'm satisfied with what you got. I'm happy. You please me. But in his mind, he say, fuck that. I got the money. It ain't gonna hurt us. I'm going to put these 15 inches on. Now he come home. Who has to deal with that?
She does.
Now she don't want to be in a relationship no more. Because in her mind, she hasn't set herself up to deal with that. And she told you that she was satisfied and happy with what you was bringing to the table. So you just overlooked her opinion and you just overlooked her feelings and went and did this. And that be the same thing that women do to men. They have somebody that's happy with them, but they can't stand the person in the mirror. So now you done went and took this man as his wife. You have taken and shattered and cut up this man's heart. You done disrupted your children's life. They no longer have a mama.
True.
Because you didn't love yourself enough to know that you were beautiful inside and out. DC Young Fly didn't tell you, girl, you need to have a goddamn BBL surgery before we get married. He married you as you was.
He fell in love with that chick on Wild and Out.
Right. What think they had 2 kids together?
They're 3.
3 biological kids together. So she done had 3 biological kids with him. He loved her enough to keep having sex with her and marry her, even though her body changed a little bit. So don't you think that's somewhat selfish?
True. She was thinking about herself.
You left 3 beautiful kids. So I'm trying to figure out, who was you trying to be more sexy for? Was that for your husband, who probably told you he was fine? I could look for my, what? I couldn't look at my kids' family or wife family in the face if I allowed my wife to go under the cosmetic knife and it went bad. Come on. Hold on. Good evening. Pastor Reagan, thank you.
You gotta call Tyrone.
Bro, I done called you 3 times a day, Pastor Ron, and I ain't got no call back from you. But this is what I'm saying. If Tony, let's say somebody needed a surgery, they needed to lose this weight because of health issues.
Yeah.
You need to have a gastric bypass surgery to relieve some of the stress from the weight on your heart. That is a life-threatening, not only is it necessary, it's done to save your life. But if you're saying, I just want to do this because I just want to look better in my clothes, then what's wrong with working out?
Like I said, they feel that it takes too long because they're in a career.
So my career meant more than my children, my husband, my mama, my daddy, my aunties and uncles, and everybody that's been mourn. Even her little fans and things are gonna hurt behind this. But as I'm asking, when do we wake up as a race of people? When do we wake up as women and say, this ain't worth it no more? Because we leaving our kids, we're abandoning our kids. Guarantee you her children needed her.
Yep.
And as they say, ain't no woman gonna love you like your mama.
True.
So how long had they been married?
A couple of years.
So you were about 30 to 29 when y'all got married. I just want to know who you still was in competition with, sweetie, that you felt that, you know, you needed to do this. And it also could be that she done probably had this surgery done before.
Yep. But I didn't want to spend that much time on her. Let's move on. Cody Walker, the brother of Paul Walker, is paying homage towards his brother by naming his newborn son after him. So his newborn son name is Paul. That was very nice of him.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, paying homage to your brother. Nothing wrong with it.
True that. Let me see. I find a video instead of a picture of BTO.
What you looking at, nigga? What? I'm sorry. What? Oh my God. What you looking at, nigga? What? I'm sorry. What? Oh my God. What you looking at, nigga? What? I'm sorry. What? Oh my God. What you looking at, nigga? What? I'm sorry. What? Oh my God.
White teacher confronts black male student as he's coming out of the hallway and naturally just says, "What you looking at, nigger?" and catches himself and realizes that, oh shit, I'm at work, and tries to apologize, but it was too late because it's already captured on video. And the school district just transfers him to another school.
I just recently said Tuesday, when have you ever been in a thrift store? When have you ever been Goodwill or something like that, and ever walked upon and seen a retired Ku Klux Klan's uniform, neo-Nazi skinhead? Or when have you ever went in these places and seen them?
Never. They still wearing them. They're in their closet.
It's in their closet, and they put on teachers' uniforms. They put on judges' uniforms. They put on lawyers, doctors. I mean, they're there. And sometimes, you know, when people reveal who they really are, the people that's in power are also those same people that look at those things as, oh, that's nothing. They say nigger all the time. Now, let's put the shoe on the other foot. Could you imagine that man being a black teacher and saying, fuck you looking at, Cracker? He would have been fired that day.
Yes.
Listen, the principal would have fired him. The board of the superintendent would have called him and let him know he was refired, and the board of education would have all called him on a three-way call connection and let him know that you're triple fired. Don't even file an appeal. We got it on camera.
Matter of fact, you can't even get another job in the state.
Right. And you're probably going to lose your teacher's certification, and your degree is to shit. I mean, my thing is, this is what I always say, Tony. Where are our leaders? Where are our civil leaders that stand up and let it be known that we're not blowing this shit under the. It just seemed like the only time we find out about civil leaders or civil movements is when a white officer kill a black man. You mean to tell me this is the only time y'all come out and fight for civil liberties? Thank you. That's the only time somebody, a white man that's in a blue uniform got to kill. They died the same time. Tyrone, they died the same time that Malcolm X died, Huey P. Newton, Fred Hammond, Medgar Everett, Martin Luther King, and many more that are not talked about that died in those civil rights movement. The NAACP right now should have had a lawyer who has a branch in damn near every state in the United States of America. Should have had a lawyer, an attorney, somebody down there to make sure that that man did not get shipped off to another job. And if the union, if he's a teacher, most teachers have union dues. Why? I guarantee he's still a part of the union.
Yep.
And see, a lot of schools, especially, they be so afraid of standing on something. Like this is the great moment to stand on. The reason you are no longer employed. Go on and get your union rep. Go on and get your goddamn lawyer, and we'll take this to court. But you are now fired indefinitely until somebody hired in the Board of Education and the superintendent can reinstate you. So don't look for no being suspended with pay. You're terminated till somebody else over us reinstate you. But guess what? They have paid off so many of our black activists that we don't have nobody fighting for you. If you're not willing to, and Tony, you know I say this all the time. If you're not willing to stand up, fight, and die for your own cause, please don't look for nobody else to stand up and do it, because it ain't gonna happen.
That's true.
It's not gonna happen.
On another note, check this out. I found a video showing the worst cities to live in Florida. I live in West Palm Beach. Let's see if West Palm or Riviera Beach, any of my surrounding cities.
Cameron, Lake Worth, Lake Park. Let's see if they make it.
Let's see if they made it to the list. Check this out.
The worst cities to live in Florida in 2023. At number 10, you have Tallahassee, with a total population of 197,000 residents, yet they have an overall crime rate twice as high as both the state and national average. At number 9 is Gainesville, where they have a population of 133,000 residents, yet they have an overall crime rate 98% higher than the national average. And the chances of you being a victim of a violent crime while visiting or living there are 1 in 91. At number 8 is Daytona Beach, with a total population of 68,000 residents, yet they have both a violent and property crime rate 3 times higher than the national average. At number 7 is Miami Beach, and they have a total population of 89,000 residents, yet they have a violent crime rate 176% higher than the rest of the state. At number 6 is Cocoa, Florida, where they have a population of just 19,000 residents, but they have one of the highest violent and property crime rates in Florida. And the chances of you being a victim of a property crime while living there are 1 in 19. At number 5 is Riviera Beach, where they have a population of 36,000 residents, yet they have a violent crime rate 196% higher than the national average. And the chances of you being a victim of a violent crime while living or visiting there are 1 in 84. At number 4 is Homestead, where they have a population of 69,000 residents, yet they have a violent crime rate 4 times higher than the national average. And the chances of you being a victim of a violent crime while living there are 1 in 76. At number 3 is Opa-locka, with a population of just 16,000 residents, yet they have a shocking poverty rate of 44%, which leads to an overall crime rate of 225% higher than the rest of the state. At number 2 is Lake City, with a population of just 13,000 residents. They have an overall crime rate 4 times higher than the rest of the state. And the chance of you being a victim of a property crime while living there are 1 in 12. But the chance of you being a victim of a violent crime while living or visiting there are 1 in 45. At number one, you have Florida City, Florida, with a population of just 12,000 residents, yet they have an overall crime rate 5 times higher than the rest of the state. And the chances of you being a victim of a violent crime while living or visiting there are 1 in 34.
Wow. Riviera Beach made the list.
Well, they were like three or four.
I think it was like either 4 or 5.
Well, I know they cleaning up a lot down there in Tamron Way. I haven't been hearing a lot of violent stuff coming from that way lately, but I didn't think Riviera Beach was gonna be, because I mean, it's definitely they doing their thing in a bad way.
Yes, they made the Dean's list in a bad way.
But the crazy thing, Florida City, Florida, is the smallest city with the least amount of people. So everything that's there is damn near violent or dead.
I never even heard of Florida City, Florida. Where's that located?
It's like a rural city. It's a small rural little town.
Where?
In Florida.
North Florida, Tallahassee, South Florida, Miami. Where?
Do us a favor, Tony. Let's ask Google, where is it? Because I don't know.
That's the answer. I don't know. Okay. This story is a continuation story from last week. It was Tina Turner. You know, everybody knows Tina Turner. She died at age 83 recently. The Tina Turner estate was worth $250 million, and her second husband, Erwin Bach, will inherit around $125 million, while the remaining will be split between her in-laws. Bach and Turner was married 10 years. When Tina was 73 years old, she married Erwin. She deemed her one true husband. She was no longer claiming Ike as a true husband because of all the violence and everything. So that was her one true husband, and even relinquished her American citizenship. So she was no longer a citizenship of America, although she still had the rights to visit. When Tina had undergone a kidney transplant, I couldn't get all of it on here, but it was with a kidney that he donated. So he donated one of his kidneys to her to live. So that's the latest on Tina Turner and her lineage.
Ooh. Well, you know, I really don't have much to say on this one. I mean, we talked about it last weekend. Again, sorry for the loss of Miss Turner. She was definitely a great superstar. But I mean, the husband did right by her, as far as we know from what we hear, and
Right.
he was entitled to half of the estate of what she got. The kids or family members got the trying to get this dang on thing. Got the remaining. Yeah, go. Got the remaining money. I mean, who griping about free money?
Hello. Okay. They could have gave me $1 million and a coupon for a Happy Meal. How that fine?
$1 million.
I would be happy with $1 million.
You be happy with 500,000?
$10.
$10.
The $10 I had before. Like you said, who could be complaining about free money? The amount doesn't matter. It's free. It's something I didn't have yesterday.
That's true. That's true. Gotta be thankful.
She didn't have to leave me the 10, but I'll take the $10 and the coupon.
The coupon, where the coupon going?
It could be McDonald's or
Red Robin.
Red Robin. You know. Whew. But check this out. There was an article in a video you had sent me. I couldn't play the video because of copyright. But the video was a mother got mad at the father. So as a result, she gave the baby away in an adoption. The father, who's the biological father, has been fighting for years to get custody of his child, because right now the child is in the custody of the adopted. Now this mother and father is in Tampa. The adoption agency adopted to a family in Orlando. So right now the child is 5. So from birth to 5, the child has been away. So now, and they used to have visitation. Then because of COVID, then they start having Zoom visitations. But for whatever reason, recently that has stopped. Then he had to prove that they said that rumor that he had gave up his parental rights, or his parental rights had been taken. He proved that was false. Then they said that they had to prove that he was actually the biological father. He did the DNA. You know, Dana don't lie. They came back showing that he's 99.99999% the father. You are the father.
You are the mother father.
You are baby daddy. Okay, so proving that he did not give up his rights. He's proven that he's a hard worker because he's an employee of the city and he's been with the city forever. He done raised a child of his own that's 26 years old, who also wants to help him with this child. His sister, who also wants to help him with this child. He has a room in his house already set up for this child. What's going to be the problem?
Well, a lot of underhanded stuff has went on. We talk about this, about women's rights. The way that it's set up, it seems like you went so far to say that hold on. So they women rights, okay, boom. Women have the right to decide if they're gonna have an abortion, well, they did. And women have the right to decide if they're gonna keep a child. Okay, so now here you have a man who wanted his child. Even though you didn't want the child anymore, some kind of way you sneakily went and did this adoption. Because if you're doing it legally, they ask you, how does the father feel about the adoption? Is the father in the child's life? If the father is around before that child can be adopted, the father's supposed to sign these documents that say that he's not gonna contest the adoption. He's not coming back looking to have time with the child. Him and the mother, we made a one-night stand, we just going on with our life. But there are documents that have to be signed by this man, giving up his parental rights to the child. And what I think the cover-up is somebody's trying to help cover up the adoption agencies for making a frivolous adoption, because they know that this man, first of all, you already already gave your rights when you already let him visit the child. Why wouldn't you have this man blood test done to prove that he was the biological father then? That was your time to really stand up and say, this is what we're gonna do. But you don't do it because you know that's the dad. That's why you're allowing that child to see that man. You know that the woman done introduced this man to these parents and to the adoption agency as the dad.
And the sad part is the child can only call him on video Mr. So-and-so, not dad.
Well, a lot of times when you give up your child for adoption, you give up the right to be called mom or dad.
But he didn't.
As far as we know that he didn't. And he's proven it. But I don't understand. This is why I say that the courts are hiding something, because that should have been the main thing that the courts was looking at, was where is the documentation of the father signing over his rights and that he wasn't going to contest to the court. See, because let me tell you, a lot of time what the courts do, they look at you and they look at what you bring in, how much money they think you can make, how much money, what type of energy you can bring. If you don't look like a father or a mother that's well off, that can contest and appeal and all this type of stuff, they blackball you in the court system because they know eventually you're gonna give up. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, with the DNA test proving that he's the biological dad, now the only thing he needs to do is basically go in front of a superior court judge and tell the judge he won't custody of his child because he never gave away his parental rights, nor did he sign off on an adoption.
He might need to hire Legal Legacy.
Well, if he needs to hire Legal Legacy, he wants to hire a pit bull, then all you got to do is reach out to me at 229-63 and a 0. Hit that 7, that 6, that 1, and that 5. Guarantee I'll bark at you and get on their ass. Cause this is cut and dry, and you gonna find out that behind all of that mess, somebody put up some false documents. And when you got friends in high places, they just string it out. You eventually give up. But like right now, I'll be shooting this to the Supreme Court in the state of Florida. Somebody got to hear this.
Right.
Why isn't the news covered? I'm talking about mainstream news.
Drew. That is so sad. I mean, I was almost in tears just watching the story. I was like, wow. That got to be a hurtful thing.
Hit me up if you need my guidance. I'm here for you.
Okay. Damn. There was a video that we had showed on last week's show, but you was late, so you didn't get to see it. So I saved it just for you. Check this out. It's about some unknown Black history.
This is why I single out Black Americans. Here are a few stories that have been left out of the history books. Anthony Crawford. Mr. Crawford owned a 427-acre cotton farm in South Carolina and supported himself by selling the cotton, melons, syrup, and more produced by his land. Mr. Crawford's wife and 13 children all lived on his land with their spouses. He also built a school for Black people. Mr. Crawford was lynched for cursing at white supremacists on his land, and his family was ordered to leave their 427-acre farm. Ocoee, Florida. In Ocoee, there was a time when Black freedmen owned a total of 330 acres plus 48 city lots. Black ownership and a refusal to follow white rules led to a violent Election Day attack on the Black community in 1920. The land lost by Black families, not including buildings, has been accessed by millions. Vero Beach, Florida. The Epsy family lost their generational wealth in 1942 when the U.S. government seized their land through eminent domain to build an airfield. The Epsys lost 147 acres of land, including a 30-acre fruit grove, 2 houses, and 40 lots. The land would be acquired by the Navy, the city of Vero Beach, and the LA Dodgers team, all while ignoring the family's plea to buy back their taken land. The last official owners of the land sold the property for $10 million in the 2000s. Jasper County, Mississippi. When Black people prospered with their land, white supremacists deliberately torched the courthouse containing Black property records and deeds. The Masonite Corporation was eventually granted a title to 9,500 acres of land, which has yielded millions of dollars in wood, timber, gas, and at least 850,000 barrels of oil have been pumped from the land. Remember stories like these the next time a white supremacist or a person who came here after slavery to capitalize off of the American dream tells us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps or that there's equal opportunity for everyone. There was never any such thing for us, but Black Americans always found a way. Just because stories like these aren't in history books doesn't mean these things didn't exist or happened. Black American freedmen stand up.
Wow.
It's like I say, people, Tulsa, Oklahoma, other small towns in Georgia, Alabama, that's underwater, that was flooded. Flooded because Black people were.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And it's many more towns that we really don't get the chance to talk about and stuff that Black people thrive. And you don't think that even today, if these rich Black folks were to get together and say we're gonna purchase 300 acres of land or 3,000 acres of land and build our own cities and communities, build our own banks and doctors and hospitals and stuff. Do you think, seriously, I don't give a damn if it is 2023. Do you think that shit would still fly? Them folks would burn that shit down to the ground, especially when you go to saying that you don't want any federal financial backing from the state in this. So that means you're going to remove our money system because
white power.
Yes. You don't need us anymore. So the same way that they took gas canisters and flew over Tulsa, Oklahoma, and dropped them on Black Wall Street. And to be honest, there's about 4 or 5 Black Wall Streets that's not ever been across the United States. And they burn them down. Because see, we don't own planes. We don't own crop duster machines and able to fly in airspace so low to drop this type of shit on houses. So why don't we own any Black printing machine? Printing business where we can put together our own history books about our great Black accomplishments from women, men, kids, to where we can leave our legacy. Why do we always have to go through their own cases?
There's a Black printing. There's Johnson Publishing, which is the owners of Ebony and Jet magazine.
Yes, but they're guaranteed their guidelines is because I don't see them challenging issues with their books. They got a guideline that somebody tell them this is what you can write and this is what you can't write. Because I love Jet and Ebony, definitely Jet with the model of the month.
The beauty of the week.
Yeah, the week, whatever. And you don't read, hold on. Black Wall Street was attacked by U.S. military planes. Kamal, I understand you saying that, but if you go back and read the actual Black Wall Street, they'll tell you that those planes that flew over them were crop duster planes. Single engine crop duster planes. Who had time to fly to a military base to fly a plane over there from the military base? The incident happened so fast about the white woman making false allegations about a Black boy whistled at her inside of an elevator that the white townsmen from both 2 local towns came over. And that's how that riot started. But the whole intention for the riot was what they needed to actually destroy Black Wall Street. They've been wanting to do it. They just needed a justification to do it. And that was their unjust justification of doing that. But it's plenty of cities that's done endured that. But, and you may talk about, Tony, all this black publishing and these few places. We have more millionaires and billionaires today in history than we ever had in any time in history. Why don't these people with all this money invest to build the black economy? Because they know they have signed secret documents behind closed doors saying that they will not enhance or pull up or help certain people pull up themselves by the bootstrap with the money that they allowed them to make. That's why Kanye went through so much hell. From being 2 years before one of the first black billionaire rappers to after that, y'all trying to steal and take money from the man like this is the same man that was just making y'all billions of dollars a year. How does he owe you anything or owe the government when y'all already taking this money? That is how they break black people down. They break black people down by threatening to remove their financial status. Oh my gosh, we got to go back to eating Roman noodles. That's something that black people who believe they have arrived, and because of their monetary and materialism, that's something that they can't see themselves giving up to stand up and do something that will enhance the future of black history. Because it don't take nothing for you to create. You're a multi-billionaire. It don't take you nothing to create you a black newspaper. It don't take you that much to create a publishing place. But they're not gonna allow you to do it because new media is governed. The news is governed. They have to send out something to the people over at the Pentagon who handles certain things with the president dealing with media and news thing. It's certain things that they just not gonna allow you to talk about in the media. That's why it's something called local media, local news. Then there's something called world news. Anything that make it the world news was okay.
By somebody.
By somebody that knows somebody that said that's the shit that can come on and this. And the thing is, a lot of people don't want to understand that Donald Trump started exposing this shit by telling people, oh, we got fake news out here. We got fake news out here. Them people ain't want you, Donald Trump, saying no shit like that. It's fake news out here. Well, let's move on.
The last thing that I have that was sent to me was that women are divorcing men at a higher rate now and without a reason. So just getting divorced, taking off the ring, and just simply because you're not happy or no reason.
Well, I mean, let's look at some of the incentives of getting a divorce. Alimony, because the children, because the courts make it to where whoever is the breadwinner, but most of the time it's the man. He has to keep if that woman has been living a certain lifestyle for 5-10 years, you at least gonna get a shot at, the upkeep of this woman's lifestyle for a few years. Child support. Women are given custody of their children 96% of the time in a divorce. And even though the courts say that they have to make a decision.
Well, what's the reason?
Elaborate, Tyrone. But the courts give the mom the children 90-some% of the time, saying that it's in the best interest of the child that the child is raised by the mom. But there have been so many studies that have shown that children who are raised by their father alone are less likely to go to jail or prison than it is for the percentage of a woman raising her children on their own. Because 60 to 80% of the young boys who are raised in single family household by a mom, their child either ventures off into jail or prison 80% of the time.
Wow.
So if the father is the breadwinner, meaning that he's the one that's able to pay for everything, keep everything on track, if the father would be more stable, so instead of giving the child or the children to the dad who has the finances and has the love for the children and wants the best, the same as the mom, why would you take the children and give them to the mom and then make the daddy take the money out of his pocket to pay the mom for keeping the children with them when he's saying, hey, I'll keep my own kids. I don't have no problem with taking care of my children. So the incentive of being able to get pregnant, have a baby, and not even get married, you at least still to draw out of his pocket a little bit because you can get child support to the child 18.
True. Or if the child go to school and further their education.
24.
Yep, 24. Mm-hmm.
So what incentive is it to be married? What incentive is it for men? Because the only people that ends up winning in a divorce when married is women.
True.
And then if you do find a man who wins in a divorce and his wife has to pay him alimony or pay him child support or whatever, the female world, the feminists, think that the man done something wrong because he played by the same rules that the woman played and got what she would have got if she would have won.
True that.
Let's be real. You think that Dr. Dre's wife deserved $100 million in a divorce, but could have got $500 million if he hadn't had a prenup? So you mean to tell me that even a prenup wouldn't stop a judge from giving this woman money when she signed a prenup saying that she walks away with nothing? Guarantee if it would have been the other way around and that man would have signed that prenup, his ass would have walked away with nothing.
They would have honored it.
They would have honored it. I don't give a damn if it was 37 years back. They would have honored it because that's your John Henry Hancock. And you said you wanted nothing if y'all was to leave.
And Anthony Brown notarized it.
And Anthony Brown notarized it, and I witnessed it.
Okay.
So there is no incentives for want to stay married. There is no incentives. There are no. If you start telling women you're not gonna just be able to come into this courthouse and file a documentation of you want to be divorced just because you no longer like that individual. See, because you said sickness and health, good or bad, to death do you part. Now, if you come in with documentation that you done been physically assaulted and abused on numerous occasions by this man, we can give you this divorce. But because you feel like you have fell out of love with this person, because you want to do something else now, you want to be able to go off into the court. But let the court start saying, we'll honor your divorce. But if the man is the breadwinner, the children stay with him. We'll honor your divorce. But you just irreconcilable differences. Okay, we'll honor that. So we're not gonna let you take half of this man's estate that he's done built over the years with his business and companies and stuff. So we're not gonna do you that. We're gonna give you a parting gift of about $100,000, but that should be enough for you to get, because it's not his obligation to keep your lifestyle up while you date and do all other things up under the home that he provided for y'all.
True that.
The car that y'all had 5 cars. The court decided to give you the family car, a sports car, and a truck, and took one house in the Hamptons and one house in Palm Beach County and gave it to you, and also $60 million to go with it. What? Why would I want to stay married if I could go do that?
It's not right.
But I guarantee you, start saying that without no proof of anything, you can still get a divorce, but you have no access to this man's financial money, and watch how many women stay in marriages. Watch how many women learn to fall back in love with their significant other.
Take it back to old school.
Yep. And the crazy thing is, from the late 50s to the early 90s, there was no race on the planet that got married more and stayed in longer relationships than black people. But now black women are the leading race of women who get divorces in the United States of America, 66.7% of the time. That's black people, ain't black women. I ain't talking about as a whole with the 80%, but black women file for divorce 66.6% of the time to separate.
Just to get your percentage.
Huh?
Just to get the man money.
Well, is that all we got tonight?
That's all I have.
Well, with that being said, we're going to go on and get up out of here. And I got a long day tomorrow, too. I also start on my number 2 from a little part-time in the morning, go through training. So I'm going to give me some rest for that. But also, you know, for our sisters that wasn't able to make it tonight, we appreciate. We know normally if y'all wasn't that busy, y'all something important came up, y'all couldn't make it. So we love both of you, Kate, Tayama. We appreciate y'all. You know, we filled in for y'all tonight. We would have loved y'all opinion on it because I know I would have got more of a fight if either of those two was here. But we want to start off with the man that makes it possible for us to be out here outside of, you know, God, then him that gives us this platform to be on, to be able to do our thing. My brother, love you with all my heart, big bro. I appreciate you always there for me when I need you. And I know sometimes I call you pain, but that's only because you give it to me all the time. But I love you. AB, let them know.
Yes, my name is Anthony Brown. You can find me on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube under Anthony Brown or The Anthony Brown Show. Also follow my Facebook page is Anthony the Writer. So definitely follow that page as well. I appreciate it so much because that page is growing. For business purposes only, please call me 561-768-3710. My notary business is growing, doing the notary, doing loan processing, doing apostilles, doing right now, like I said, I just ordered the passport photo machine, so I'll be doing passport photos as well. So I'm building, the empire is growing. God is still in the blessing business and he can do all things but fail. So I gotta grind until I shine.
And y'all know who it is, your boy Legacy the Great. Appreciate you guys for taking the time, coming out and watch us do our thing. With nothing without you guys. Kamal, Mr. Reagan, we appreciate you definitely chiming in more. We know more people are watching, but we appreciate it more people, you know, leave comments and things like that because it creates algorithms and things like that. So when other contents come up, it allows people to see our show and what we got to say on different things. But you can reach out to me on Facebook up on Dream Williams, YouTube, Legacy the Great. My email account is legacyunlocked@mail.com. My cell phone number for business purposes only is 229-630-7615. For the legal business, need any help with legal advice, even though I'm non-legal consultant, I always give the best advice that I possibly can based off of what I would do. You can hit me up at 561-907-9129. And y'all know what I say. ATL.
Yeah. 28 grams of moss, 28 grams of moss. Little people the king, little people the king. Y'all ain't ready for this, y'all ain't ready for this. Yeah. I'm the champion, I'm the champion, I'm the don't know why you can't wanna wait to be when it's sweet just to give you cats a chance to eat. What you got for early didn't finish the plate. Now that I'm back, you rap cats are gonna have to wait. Been gone a whole year, still nobody got the leadership or the heart to even feel my spot. I'm the champion, must I say it again? The best hands rap game and I continue to win. See, I'm allergic to that, losing makes me sneeze. Like you phony rap cat, about to make me squeeze. Bring your whole crew, nigga, I'ma swallow that. So when it pops off, A&T is on a holler back. It's 28 grams, nigga. I've been running this shit. So anything in front of me can fuck around and get hit. I follow you rap cats, so you niggas my sons, and I'm the truth. Wow, cause I'm the motherfucking champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Still rep the A&T, but I carry my throne. God bless as a child that can hold it home. And I am that child, as you niggas can see. Cause ain't another rapper out there better than me. And this goes to anybody trying to steal my spot. I'm number one in this shit, so number one you die. So when you can't scream, y'all is the best, I laugh. Like really, you cats don't really know the how. You do the math, then that's yourself who really great. Then add it up and watch it equal up to 28. So that's the little cats know who really the gun. I'm overall, I let you niggas fight for number one. Yeah, put that on my life, put that on my son. Gotta stay the best of people licking trade love. And my throne and I'm the key. You can put that on my heart and I'm the God. Cause I'm the motherfucking champion.